What are you doing wasting it?
What happened? Let's get this party started quickly. Let's get this party started right.
Right? I saw glass. Shit, we need another guy. Dot shop. I saw glass. Dot shop.
You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck is the goddamn ashtray? I went the fuck over here, and that's stupid. That's next level stupid.
How serious you get is hilarious to me. Like, I feel like that you want it to be kind of scary.
What do you mean?
And intimidate when you're like, fuck. Either that or you're trying to intimidate the ashtray. You were like, ashtray.
No, it's just how, with my dialect and
the Nurban dialect.
Huh?
The Nurban dialect.
No. I mean, fuck it, it's just how I talk, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the shit came out because that's how frustrating it was. Again, that was something that's out of fucking place.
You talk like the toughest guy who works at Claire's.
Okay. Well, you look like the pocket-picking elf that got away.
What the fuck? Right? At least I ain't no caged elf, man. You know what I mean? Because a caged elf is the worst thing you could be. I'd rather be an elf on the shelf. But which you look like a fucking elf on the you look like an elf on the shelf on steroids.
Hey, do me a favor. Send me this clip right here. I'm gonna post it just cause it was funny. that 1-2 take was funny as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you say I look like the toughest person that works at Claire?
You look like the bouncer at Claire's. Oh my god, this is funny. There's no bouncer.
Yeah, I know. I got it. It's funny. You look like, God damn it, Waterworld. You look like the offspring of Kevin Costner before he evolved.
Ew. You look like 5 Vienna sausages
packed together like a body. Nah, even better. You remember, cause you're a dad, so you probably have seen this shit. You remember the movie Spy Kids?
Actually, not my kid's era. I do recall Spy Kids, but I didn't watch it. So.
Okay. Well, there was this one character in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Right, you gonna laugh when you see it.
It's just thumbs. I can already see it right now. And you know what people say? Joe Rogan looks like a thumb.
even the head.
They say Joe Rogan's head looks like his thumb. Like if he goes like this, it's like a little head. God, if he went like this, he could make it look like somebody painted a good face on there of him.
Yeah. Like he get a tattoo of his face on his thumb.
A perfect one. And then get it close to the camera with his face. It would look like twins. 2 heads.
Twins.
Or something. God damn, that'd be so weird, man.
Yeah.
That'd be the weirdest thing ever.
No, but see,
Joe Rogan do it.
But see, I'm gonna tell you something though. That would be the most brilliant comeback to that joke ever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's it's like you troll the troll. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, fuck you.
I'll tell you one of the craziest tattoos. Steve-O's got a tattoo on his back. A full tattoo of himself going,
like, dude, you rock or something. Yeah.
It's just him. A full of, like, so if he turns around, he's still there going. You know what I mean? Like, it's so fucking funny, dude. Like, he's still there even if he turns around. It's just ridiculous. It's retarded. But I've seen some funny tattoos, man. But I have tattoos that I'm pretty much ashamed of, so I like to get rid of them. You know what I mean? Speaking of getting rid of things you're ashamed of, what's her name? Bill Gates' wife is dumping his ass, bro. And, you know, I was watching a couple things today that were, like, you know, intriguing to me. Now, I honestly don't know how to completely fact check everything. I just look for the most articles I can that come from sources that I think
reputable sources, etc., etc.
So yeah, some that I think might be willing to say something that's against the grain, and then see if they are known for bullshitting.
Yeah, right. But are they still reputable?
Right.
Yeah.
Are you known for bullshitting and all that stuff?
Yeah.
But some of them you can't really repute them. You can just say, okay, they're showing me some evidence, some things that
are contrary to the official story.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's all about Epstein visiting, Gates visiting Epstein's island. Mm-hmm. It's all about Bill Gates visiting Epstein Island and actually having a friendship with Epstein. And there's a few details that stood out to me that were like, because, you know, when people get in divorces and stuff, a lot of that stuff's out in the open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's public knowledge. And, you know, she seemed to be disturbed by an incident where he stayed in Epstein's house till late in the night, like really late in the night.
Yeah.
Maybe more than once. I know they talked about it happening, but I think they said twice. There's things you can look these things up and you will find something, right?
Okay.
But when I looked it up on Google, it was like, oh, fact check denied. But I think that, you know, they're going to protect their Titan mogul. The internet and everything, they're going to wipe out certain things they don't want you to see, like censoring your video you put up. They're going to get rid of certain ideologies. But it's also true that that's in her divorce papers, you know?
As a reason for wanting a divorce?
Right. And it's also true that there's a flight manifest that has people like Bill Clinton on it. People like Epstein. I mean, who we're talking about now, Bill Gates. People like Prince Andrew. Different people that go to his island, right? You want to know something interesting, though? I'm just going to throw out some more fucking weird shit, pro-Trump shit, because for some reason I still feel like he's the underdog, and I just root for the underdog. But, like...
You think he's going to run again?
He did go to... Oh, by the way, yes. But he did go to Epstein Island one time. You know what that tells me? Yeah. That him, like every other celebrity, was invited to this place at some point and went, but he never came back.
Like, what the fuck is this shit? No, I'm out of here.
Yeah, he's not on the flight manifest. He's not all through it. Yeah. He's just on one time, and that's it. Yeah. And then when Epstein came to Mar-a-Lago, Epstein sexually harassed some of the waitresses there, or the maids, and Trump was like, you're out. Get out. And then there was no more like, oh, we're buddies and pictures. But when you're hanging out at parties with celebrities, you're going to take pictures with a lot of people, and some of them are going to be bad people. You just don't know yet.
Well, I mean, and the thing is, bro, it ain't even just sometimes you're going to be taking pictures with, you know what I'm saying? Like, there going to be motherfuckers that going to be there taking pictures. You know what I mean? Because, you know, they want to get those shots because those shots are worth money. You know what I'm saying? Especially... You know, off-brand shit.
Right. Try to pair people up. Hey, you guys got to get a picture if you're talking. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you guys. And then you stand there together and it looks like, I endorse you.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like on a smaller level that people will be able to understand it easier. Basically, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ran across some people that introduce you to somebody and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, you talk for a minute or whatever. He was like, you know, when we're having a party or whatever, come through. Right. Like, I'll check it out. Right? And you go over there and shit, you know what I mean? And you ain't fucking with that vibe. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm not fucking with this. I'm out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Something here is not for me, and clearly it's not we're not all vibing. I'm out. And I can respect that on one level, but we're not talking about him. We're talking about Gates, who I heard an alarming 17 trips. An alarming 17 trips to that island. Okay?
That means in 17 trips, he definitely knew what the fuck was going on.
And his justification for it all was that he maintained a friendship with Jeffrey Epstein because he provided him with financial advice that he could get nowhere else.
See, I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
Hedge fund management.
Yeah, I got you. But see, the problem with shit like that, bro, is you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, when you spit it out like that, it becomes like a fake ass loophole and shit. Like, my nigga, you can't question it because I'm Bill fucking Gates. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, who the fuck you think I am? But without saying it in those words. You know what I mean? That's what I see, bro.
I see you too. And by the way, we're just gonna hit the bong throughout the fucking show because everything we've said has been funny. So whatever, or something. I don't know.
Hey, I want you to think. I want you to think about this for a second. And, like, process this for maybe 13 seconds, right? The question I'm about to ask you, okay? And then I want you to spit out what you think, right?
All right.
I want you to think back to when you were in grade school, right? Think about how some of the weirdy, nerdy type boys that be fucking with the computers and shit, how they think and how they react towards bitches. 13 seconds. Go.
As I process for that long, I don't even feel like I need it, but I'm still processing it. I'm still picking out all the little intricacies. Get your ugly face off. Turn your ugly coughing.
Shit.
You're ugly coughing.
Shit.
You gotta turn your head when you ugly cough.
Fuck that. I'm ugly as shit all the way anyway, man. Fuck that shit.
Bongs are just
damn
ridiculously strong.
I don't want to be hitting the joint that hard, yeah. Fuck that. God damn.
It's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, what you got?
Oh yeah. They draw. I was one of them, by the way. They sit around, they draw at first when they're little because they're not really doing it yet. Computers get introduced when I was young. When I was young, there was not that yet. Slowly it got introduced. When I was in typing class and everything, I wasn't good at typing. I don't know anybody who was good at typing or good at computers. I don't know anybody who was good at any of that.
Yeah.
But I do know the socially awkward ones because it was more the artists and the musicians. You were either like a rocker who tried to get chicks, right? Which there was a couple of those in high school. Guys who I'd be making a song out on the lawn, and they'd come over, grab my guitar, and play like some power chords and be like, I'm cool.
I'm not asking you who you hung around.
So the thing is,
about them types specifically.
How they dealt with females, right? Very like not dealing with females. Females talk to them. That's just how that is. A female picks it. If a guy like that gets a female, it's because she talked to him. Right.
But like, you ain't never been around any of those motherfuckers and hear how they talk about girls and shit.
How they talk about them?
Cause you understand, it's still guys.
Oh man,
it's still guys.
It's hard to go down. The rabbit hole you're going down right now. I think has to do with sexual frustration of the computer geeks.
In a way, yes.
Right.
In a way, yes.
I think
that's part of the problem.
I'm pretty keyed in on that. Like, can you imagine if you were a computer geek and you got enough power to beat up the jocks?
Yeah, you do it every time. You would have fun with it, right? But see, also gotta remember too. Like I said, bro, I think it is tied into that because you also gotta remember, bro, like, like what they doing is sick, bro. You know what I mean?
Yes. Now, well, okay, you're absolutely right. I wanted to get there.
I'm talking about the Epstein shit, bro. That's sick.
I want to get to that in 1 second. Okay. Now, when we're talking about a guy like Bill Gates now, he's got problems. He's about to get divorced. I mean, we're talking about a regular guy. One who, like you said, grew up not one of the popular kids.
Right.
Had to work his way till he had enough money to buy a woman. Probably resents that. Now they're even getting a divorce now because she knows exactly what kind of person he is. Because when you're like getting nothing and you hate it, you develop perversions. Exactly. If the devil gets in you,
exactly,
starts twisting you, and you develop twisted turns. Well,
anything is you got the money, so you got access to anything.
Correct. And now this guy is asking everybody to sell our precious farmland to him. And to allow him to inject us all with this new chemical.
Did you get the injection?
Me?
Yeah.
No comment.
You scared to comment, or are you scared of the injection?
No, I just don't. Here's my thing about that. when it comes to that whole like line of questioning, especially like my religion, my political standing, what I do with my health standards, if I'm anti-vax or pro-vax, all of that stuff, I've decided to keep it my business, and I think everybody else should do that. Okay. Back in the day, my parents, their people, they didn't ask each other, "Are you Protestant or Christian?" because that might cause like a debate. They just left it alone.
Right, but see, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about
vaccinations.
I'm talking about the motherfucking shot. This, whatever's in that damn syringe,
I'm not giving,
that's getting put into your damn body, because you made it a point to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's significant in the history of mankind.
Touche. I did not get the vaccine. Yeah. Touche. I did not get the vaccine. Now it's a thing you want to do.
Neither did I.
Yeah, I won't allow it.
Yeah, I ain't either.
You know what I was thinking? When I got hit by the car, right? Well, like for 30, 40 minutes till I got to the hospital and felt a little bit safer. The first 10 minutes, I just wanted to walk. I was like, oh, maybe I wasn't, I don't know, shocked. I was like, it hurts, but I'll go home. If something's wrong, I'll go to the hospital. Yeah. But by the time I like even walked a little bit, I was like, no. And it wasn't 10 minutes, but she sat with me for that 10 minutes while I debated. You know what I mean? But the first few steps, and I was like, nah. The lady sat with me there, and I was like, for 10 minutes, I was like, I should just go. It doesn't hurt that bad. But every time I'd step up, ow. Finally, I thought, my spleen's busted. I'll bleed inside. I'll get poisoned, blood poisoned. Yeah. Go to the doctor now. I felt like this fear almost of death, right? But another thing I totally feared was that if they shot me with that, the vaccine, if they tried to give it to me there, and I thought, if they do give it to me, I'm guaranteed to die. That's just how I feel. Yeah. And I don't think it's true. I mean, I know it's not logical to think that. But I also feel like if they give it to me, I'm guaranteed to die their way. And I, you know what? They might come and kill me for not taking the vaccine, but that means I've decided to take a bullet or a whatever as opposed to a chemical. Whatever the case may be. If it came to full ends of the spectrum, death or vaccine.
I got you. I'm with you.
Give me liberty or give me death.
Yeah.
Give me liberties with all of your things and property. Give me liberties with your entire body. Oh.
But see, how that shit came out, bro, like, it's ironic. You know what I'm saying? It's ironic because if you flip that shit, that's exactly the problem with fucking Bill Gates.
Yeah.
That's exactly the problem.
Men who desire their liberty with all of our everything, all the way down to our seed. And that's a big problem, man. It's a big problem in this world. How are you going to fight it? You say something about it. Like me, myself, I might get squashed. Who's going to listen to this? Maybe 20, 30 people. But like, if that happens, right, would that 20, 30 people say, I just learned a little extra bit of information in my mind, or I just heard another point of view that I absorbed, and when I do talk about it out there, I'll have that integrated. So mine, it spreads out a little bit. Yeah. I came to realize that, like, if I die, somebody can watch these. Yeah. So now...
Are you afraid of dying?
No, that was the one thing that stood out to me. I was like, man, I might die, but I'd like to continue my show. If I cannot die, I'll not die. But if it was like, understand. You're dying, I'd be like, man, okay, what a fucking ride. I'd think back and I would go, man, I had children, dude. I went from this to that, to this to that. And I would remember every stage, man, as best I could. Until now. I would try to remember till now. If I can remember I remember from when a baby I hit my head. I don't know how old I was. I think it was like 3 or something, right? But I was up on a slide, climbing up the ladder, and I was at the top, and I kept climbing, and I let go.
Oh, damn.
And I just fell all the way back, and I remember seeing, it's clear in my mind, at 3.
You just let go.
It was an accident, but I fell backwards, and I remember the sky and the clouds, and I remember my head going kabang and just ringing. I remember that, and then I remember me walking down the sidewalk back to where my apartment was and being like, Mom, I fell. Like, I remember that whole incident so well that it frightens me a little
Sounded
bit.
like a good fall, especially for a 3-year-old.
Oh, yeah. It was a high-ass fall, and my head just, and it was winter.
It was like, Andy, were you being a little monkey?
No.
Climbing things.
But they didn't quite understand. I don't think anybody did. I think only when I think back to it, everybody else was just like, Andy said he hit his head, whatever. But I actually believe I hit my head so hard that, like, when I was staring up at the sky, there was something different. I was actually understanding it. I don't know why.
What were you understanding? That you were about to hit your head?
No, it's just that the whole sky was just full of clouds and really, really big. And as a kid, I don't know, I just remember that being the first time, like...
It's like, wow. Like that? Like, wow, this is amazing?
I wonder if I got knocked stupid. That's what I'm saying. Because I got knocked stupid.
Yeah, I got you. But you say you saw this before you hit your head, right?
No. Well, I did see the sky as I was falling. Yeah. But I remember when it rung in my head, I was just laying there, and it was just cold on the ground. And then I got up and walked home. Right, but I remember a specific difference in how I saw the sky between falling and then when I hit. Yeah. Then it was, like, different. And I felt like, I don't know, ever since then, man, maybe something's been off. Definitely something off. Dang, man. When you get a hang of hitting the bong, it's, like, easy. Nice. You could save like so much green. I swear to God, this is like totally like not monetizable or anything, probably because it's just.
so much cringe material. Like, God damn.
Right, hey, children, this is us, bro.
Like, eat it.
Waste your life.
Like, eat it.
Oh, man. Grab the big glass cock and just put it on your mouth.
Nope. Absolutely not.
You can make a big white foam. Oh, well.
No, I ain't doing none of that.
Yeah, I'm fucking weird. My bad. But anyway, man, so yeah. There was that. What else going on? Oh, shit. One final topic. Well, we got about 10 minutes left, right? Okay. Fukushima in Japan.
Okay.
When that happened, they had to bottle up and contain 100 million tons of water that was contaminated. So all the water they used to like hose down everything and keep it cold, and they had to bottle it up because they couldn't just it's contaminated.
Yeah, that's like radioactive.
Right. So my whole thing is, so their plan is to what they call dilute and release it into the ocean. Diluting just means putting it into more water.
Yeah.
Adding water.
Yeah, you're gonna kill everything close to you. What the fuck are you doing?
Right, so like China is threatening, don't you do any. If you do that, there's a problem. Everybody has a problem with it. Yeah. It's not even set to happen yet. Yeah. I mean, I heard it was like something like 2 years from now, but it would be like a 3-year. For like 3 years, they would be constantly dumping slowly radioactive water into the ocean. Mm-mm. Right.
No, that's a bad idea.
And even the projections that I looked at said that it would affect that area badly, but it didn't mention our area. But I'm like, man, there's no way you can take out an entire sector of ecosystem, warp it like that. Yeah. And then I read another paper that says...
Like, we're trying to make Godzilla.
Well, actually, I read another paper that specifically stated that radioactive materials are good for plants and animals. If that all that radiation would promote more life. I don't know what that means. What are they talking about? Mutant animals down there? Like
if they trying to make Godzilla.
Right. Super predators. Can you imagine if the kaiju like started growing? Like,
what the fuck is that?
The kaiju. Pacific Rim. Oh my God. Dang, man.
I want to say I've seen it, but like big giant monsters, basically.
Yeah. They come out the ocean in many different shapes and sizes, but they're monsters from deep under the ground. Some of them have like spiked heads, and some of them have like explosive tails. Right. It's like weird shit,
Like, meanwhile, they're making Mecha Godzilla.
Right, they're making
Megazord.
How they both know Zords, whatever, but yeah.
Like, here we go.
Megatron.
Hey, fuck is this shit a movie, nigga?
Volzord. But whatever. Yeah, so
we're making Megazords. Mighty Morphin Megazords.
Can you imagine it just all
with
around
Megazords?
So meanwhile, they're doing that over here, right? They're making kaijus and fucking Zords. And then, all the way over here, they're making a whole new, like, super future city that launches rockets into space, all based around the factory. They're making a whole city based around this thing. So it's like, okay. And then over here, we've got war land. So, Israel, Palestine. Yeah. I see a shit ton of rockets coming from the Palestinian side, which, by the way, I don't live there. So if they had the camera turned left, right, upside down, whatever, I don't know what side it's coming from. Right. But I do know that a lot of interceptor missiles came up.
Yeah, just rocket shooting, interceptor missiles. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, just knocking them down.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom.
Right, and everybody being completely terrified. Yeah. Now, admittedly so, even if you're in, like, the military, if you're in the Israeli military, right, they're not, if they were doing some fucked up shit, they wouldn't tell you. You know what I mean? They'd want you to be, like, committed. They want everybody to hate each other. And I was talking to a guy who lives in Israel. He was like, dude, they bombed 500 feet from me. I know Hamas is real. A missile hit 500 houses down or some bullshit, right, near me. And I'm like, okay, well, you know a missile hit, and I feel bad for you, and I don't really want to talk about this, but since you put it on a public forum, I have to ask you, did you see the man who shot the missile? Did you see him? Right. Were you watching the guy all the way across Tel Aviv or whatever it is called? You know what I mean? That just seems like a television channel. Like I'm like, okay, Gaza is like, I don't even know. It just sounds more holy than anything. Everything they always talk about, when they say the word Gaza, I always think it sounds holy. But then when they say, like, oh, Israel, I think it just sounds like kind of like one of those things that is a big issue in this world.
Yeah, kind of like Israel.
It's kind of weird. But I have nothing against any of the people because I know everybody has to grow and live in that family. And when they make you hate each other, they make you hate each other. And the guy said, you're right. There's a lot of hate between us, and it's hard for anybody to talk.
See, I'm going to tell you what the sad part is. The sad part is, bro, it's like, you know what I'm saying? When you start talking to people, you start talking to lineage, you start talking to bloodline, they're basically two bloodlines of cousins just hating each other. So it's like you hating your fucking family. And those are the worst fucking fights.
But here's the thing, man. I always think
matter of fact, really, if you think, I'm sorry to cut you off, but really, if you think about it, if you really boil it down to some basic shit, it's like two kids that got to share the same bedroom. No, it's my room. It's mine. It's not yours. It's mine.
I get the top bunk.
That's almost what it's like.
Yeah, but it's highly orchestrated. So I'd like to break down my final theory, which is that I don't think whenever I see a Palestinian quote unquote soldier or insurgent or whatever they call it, terrorist, they are always dressed very shabbily. I never see one. I don't know what the Palestinian military outfit looks like. Think they have one over there, like the Hamas? Do you think they have a military force with everybody got an AK and a suit?
I mean, I'm gonna put you like this, man.
They don't have that. So how do they have? Wait a minute. How do they have fucking 150 rockets to shoot that fly that far over? How do they have that?
Yeah, I know, especially with checkpoints everywhere.
So what's to stop Israel from just driving over there real quick and shooting a bunch of rockets in the air?
Right. It just blow the whole fucking area up.
Well, they just shoot the rockets and then they allow themselves to shoot it back and then they say, hey, everybody, look, there's an attack. We saved you. Mm-hmm. Justify our defense budget. How much does each rocket cost? But they have enough to play around. It's more about power. They're just trying to keep everybody like, look, we're saving you. So keep giving us your trust. Keep giving us your power. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, you got the Palestinians who are like, I didn't fucking launch a rocket. But then you got the Hamas guy over there who's like, yes, I did. And it's like, God damn it.
Okay, then why y'all ain't got this nigga yet? You got the camera out there. He's right there. Okay, this nigga just said, yes, I did. Okay, well, why y'all ain't fucking just grab this nigga up real quick? You know what I'm saying? If y'all tell us this is so goddamn smart. Like imagine that shit. Like, think about it, you know? Imagine shit, you turn on the motherfucking television and shit, right? And like you just got the phone call on the phone and shit, and then you turn on the television and shit, they interviewing some motherfucker talking about, yeah, I just shot up his house and blew it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they be like, we're live. It's like, oh, for real?
Right.
Gone.
Exactly. You know what's crazy? In this day and age, even if the police couldn't catch on to where he was right away, 4chan could. Or Reddit could. The Reddit, like the people on Reddit tracked down where Shia LaBeouf put a flag. You can't divide us flag, and everybody was like memeing him for it. You know what I mean? And like, but he was like, I'm gonna put it up where nobody can get to it and rip it down, and I'm just gonna show it from the sky only. But somebody fucking figured it out on Reddit, and they went and got the fucking flag. And they did a whole like thing. But it's still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, these motherfuckers can actually like. You can't hide in this day and age. You can't. But back to the thing, I can actually see like 5 Israeli trucks going out into different areas, right? And then like having a Hamas in each truck, and they drop him off a little in the back, and then they go forward a bit more, and then they're like, "Hey, look, there he is!" And everybody's like, and then to like, you know, because they're so fucking evil, the Hamas guy is trained to be like, "Hey, I'll fucking bow! I killed your brother. Now you better fucking you know, let's start a little war here and start a little thing." But even beyond that, I'm just gonna fucking go out there and launch a fucking rocket, and I'm gonna have the Hamas guy out there to get on all this stuff, you know, just to make it official that this was Hamas. Because look, there's one. You know what I mean? Like, how do you know there's one? That's what I said to the guy. I was like, "Were you with him?" He's like, "I saw it." I was like, "Were you with him?"
Like you saw the dude shoot it?
Yeah, you were with him then? Like, Jesus, like, okay. But actually, I checked his profile because I'm just like that. It only takes 3 seconds, and he did have an Israeli uniform. So he was military. Anyway, everybody's getting trained to hate each other. And it's not just here. I mean, think about it. You think the black and white issue is bad here? Or the China and America issue is bad here.
Right.
Think about every other country has its thing.
Yeah.
Like even the
Germany.
Buddhist monks were getting fucking attacked by, you know what I mean? People like
Germany.
Absolutely. Every country's got its fucking issues.
Even Australia and the Aborigines.
Yep. The pygmies.
Yeah.
Don't call them pygmies. Because that's literally like insults. It's literally a way of like saying, look at that little.
But see, sad part about that shit, bro, is when shit like that happens, man, that's when people start dying off, man. And that's part of the plan. And it gave them something that gets their immune system all halfway jacked up. And I don't know if that's in a good way or a bad way. And then you get stressed out. You're like,
when you got a culture of people that has been able to survive with no medicine, for over 2,000, 3,000. Actually, Aborigines are so fucking old that like we don't even really know.
Yeah, since people are like, hey, are you guys dying of COVID yet? And be like, the COVID,
right?
Like the COVID.
Well, the Aborigines claim we've been here always.
COVID? Nah, but like, let's say there's some people and shit. Are you guys dying of COVID? You're like, COVID?
Right. And then like,
COVID?
you go like this. No, he's like, what do you say? And then you go, COVID, and he goes. His friend goes, Tatsuki, and then like Tatsuki, and then they like everybody just passes away because we shouldn't be there messing with them, but we did it. And there's some very famous like Aboriginal people, like some guys that got really famous, like in the acting industry and shit back in the day, even now. So props to everybody, but just the thing is, everywhere that there's race. I think it's necessary. It's called the theater. You know what I mean? The world's a theater. Yeah. And every place has to have some something to shine. So I've started to realize there's bad, so there can be good. You know what I mean? Really. Because how, it's way better if like, let's say I was a deep racist and then you convince me not to be. Right? And then I actually learn a lesson as opposed to just...
Right, but see, racism gets taught, though, bro. That's not inherent. You know what I'm saying? You get taught that shit.
Right, you can learn it, yeah. Definitely.
Especially that type of racism, that type of hate, like seething, like eviscerating.
I've never
hate.
seen it. I've seen it in the movies. I've never seen it in real life.
Like, I got you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you have, and I'm not saying you didn't.
Nah, I mean, but I ain't never been over there. You know what I'm saying? I've never been outside the United States before, bro. So, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, but they say it happens here. So
I can't speak to anything happening over there, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, been around no fucking terrorist attack and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
people just be going too far sometimes, man. They can't get their hair right, man.
Dude, I literally want to put that...
They gotta cool out.
I want to get a meme where it's like an explosion of people, and it's like, people be going too far sometimes. And then there's another picture to the other side where somebody's head is gone, and it's like, they need to get their head right. Quote John. Like, you know what I mean? Like, war. People be tripping. They need to get their head right. Meanwhile, his head is like, because he was in a fucking bomb attack. A UID went off next to his shopping cart.
That's a fucked up life to live, man.
It is.
But see, bro, the problem is, man.
They don't deserve it either. I honestly. But go ahead.
See, the problem is, man. It's like, you know what I mean. When you look at the powers that be, man, like, as a person that exists in all of this shit, you know what I'm saying? Each person individually, you know what I mean? Not just me, not just you, everybody that live within the 100-mile radius plus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look at the powers that be and ask themselves, the decision making, is it for their betterment or for their detriment? You know what I'm saying? Like, are the decisions that's being made are decisions that really meant to benefit you for the sake of your thriving? You know what I'm saying? Or is the shit meant to just leave you until you fucking gone, or possibly fucking just kill you along the way quicker?
Well, we're learning, and we're actually getting a bunch of proof all at once that the governments in this world literally are willing to kill their people. So think about it. Over in Israel, people are launching bombs at each other, right? So the government's willing to use casualties of civilians. Over in China, they're like, yeah, let's dump all this shit in the water supply. Yeah. We'll be safe. We can stockpile water. We can not, we can do what we have to do. The poor won't have potassium iodide to protect their pituitary glands. You know what I mean? Like, even though a lot of the radiation goes in your bones and shit like that, it gives you deformities in the bones. But, like, over here, it's like the government has clearly shown through the media and not stopping the media that they are willing to let an entire generation of kids go batshit crazy and protest and not even crack down at all on like any of the fake news that was spread during that time. Any of the calls to riots, government didn't crack down. So they're willing to sacrifice all these people. Anybody. They're willing to do that. You know what I mean? Not to mention the newest evidence, which is they're willing to test a chemical on all of the people in their country. So it just shows like haphazard lack of respect for the life that they are sent to protect, that they're supposed to protect. So what do we do from here? Revolution? Is it time for a revolution? Who's gonna lead the revolution? You? Me? You? Who's gonna lead it?
I mean, you gotta take a stand somewhere. I mean, even if we just go down to the shot and shit, bro.
I think it's all about showing you can take a punch. You know why Joe Rogan's so famous? Why everybody respects him so much, except the ones that hate him? Because, like, he showed that he's willing to get hit and punch back, and that he's not afraid of a physical fight. And I think that, honestly, is something that a lot of people definitely lack. There's so many people out there that are just like, man, I'm afraid to get punched. Like, they will curl up and cry rather than get punched.
Yeah.
Lots of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just the pure like fact that like you don't mind like a fist just like rocking you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You don't mind taking it and trying to roll with it. So like, ooh, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm not gonna take that fucking hit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to like, or even if you square hit me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you square hit me, if I see it within that second, I'm gonna move real quick. My jaw's gonna actually deflect instead of break.
Instead of impact. Yeah, you
It's
roll.
gonna
You roll with it.
I can
roll with it.
I can do a shoulder nudge with my jaw. Like I've been practicing this so much. I do this. It's like I don't punch myself anymore, but I do sometimes just to feel it, just to know that like you can take that rock. You know what I mean? So once that comes around, I got a lot of respect from our friends because
they tried to. Yeah, they thought that they could just get you because you were smaller.
They tried a test on me, and they caught a piston, like a quick piston, and I'm pretty quick with some things. You know what I mean? And when I got hit, I didn't stop.
Motherfuckers want to test you.
But think about like Jimmy. Remember when they hit him and he fell to the ground, and then they just pummeled him? You know what I mean? Like if you fall to the ground and you're afraid of it, it's physical confrontation gets respect in this world. It does.
You know, I mean, yeah.
Doesn't
like,
get power.
I got that. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether it turns to respect or a potential for ultimate form of disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Really just has to do with the dude that you're going at. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I'm good, bro. Fuck it. Like, I've been in enough fist fights and shit in my life to know what a fist fight is like. Both in, you know, fair one-on-one and all kinds of dirty ass bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a dude fights you one-on-one, you know, y'all beefing or whatever and shit, you know what I'm saying? And you going to, like, we going to scrap, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You give a dude the business, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
That's it.
Hey, listen.
You know,
If
you let him keep his respect. You know what I'm saying?
You know, if I square up with you, you know you're getting the business. Have you ever given the guy the business? Let me ask you this. Why give a guy business?
Like, I guess that really goes towards the reasons why two men would come to blows. You know what I'm saying?
You're giving him the biscuits.
It's probably basing that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, it's been a lot of street fights in his lifetime. There'll probably be some more before we all gone. Shit. Well, yeah, you know what I mean? It's just, like I said, it just depends on the amount of disrespect. Because dude talking mad shit, dude talking like he want to see you and shit, and this motherfucker act like he want to come at you and shit, try to swing on you and shit, and my nigga, your whole fucking game is sloppy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking bullshit, you coming at me, you swing on me, and you miss. Like, my nigga, you wide open. Like, so I'm gonna fuck you up real quick.
I think it's funny when
teach you a lesson.
I think it's funny when people like have no like technique at all, or even game plan, but they're so confident, and they touch their pants a bunch of times. They go like,
and you all over the place.
And they just keep going like this with their pants, just like.
You having to pull your pants up and shit. Like every time you gotta pull your pants up, all this wide open. You know what I mean? Stupid, man.
Or guys that go like this when they fight.
Oh, they want to box you and shit.
Like they're making noise every time they hit at you.
Oh, okay, that one. See, the thing for me though is I don't even like fighting people that box and shit, because the thing for me about fighting is I really don't like to. I really don't.
I just don't like touching men. If I can avoid touching somebody,
yeah, but see,
I'm fine with that.
You know what I mean? But we're talking about conflict, though, so I'm gonna keep it there. I don't like fighting But if I have to, I will. You know what I mean? And the terms for me to fucking get into a motherfucking fist fight with somebody is you try and invade on my personal space,
Right.
in a manner of hostility. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then, nigga, you leave me no choice.
But I can just stand back a little bit and be like, worst insult ever.
I mean, that's where we at with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the world. So I mean, it's very cut and dry for me, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying. I don't need to fight motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying. But if you put hands on me, my nigga, you know what I mean. All bets are off. You know what I mean? It's just the fuck, nigga. That's as simple and plain as it could be. You know what I'm saying?
What is this Sparta and shit? It's like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to. Like, I don't know, man. It's like,
I mean, bro, that's some real shit, you know? That's some real shit.
Dudes touching each other's bodies real hard.
Nah, that is not.
That's what a fight is.
That's not what I was referring to.
A fight is like
That's
dudes
not what I was referring to.
touching each other real hard.
Now you turn into some fun boy shit.
I'm just saying, if you break it down,
you turn into some fun boy
what
shit.
What is a punch but a hard touch? Right? You know what I mean? A punch ain't nothing but a hard touch.
What about a kick?
A kick ain't nothing but a fucking solid footsie.
What about an elbow?
Oh, man.
What about a headbutt?
The people's elbow. A headbutt? Yeah. Oh, that ain't nothing but a fucking angry nuzzle.
Angry nuzzle?
Yeah, it's just an angry nuzzle.
Nah, that shit don't. That shit does
nuzzle
not apply.
Two heads of two men just together, just going, oh.
That shit does not apply because that is not how it
right?
works.
And one of the men is like, oh.
You ever headbutt a motherfucker in a fight?
I don't want to do that. I've never done it. I won't do it.
I will.
It's not like in my arm or my repertoire.
See, here's the thing.
You kill a guy. You crush their head. You hit their nose.
Here's the thing.
You can really fuck them up.
It goes back to what you said as well as what I said.
Most headbutts come from up top, by the way. From underneath, I mean, like.
Hear what I'm saying, right? So, like you said, you know, being able to move your head and shit. You know what I'm saying? If a motherfucker try to swing on you shit like that, or, you know, they want to try to get up on you and all of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? They know how to move your head. You know what I mean? Also, even like I said, still knowing the fact that nigga, dude can come with a punch. I can take your punch. You know what I'm saying? I can take your punch. So come on, right? But see, like you said, some motherfuckers be sloppy.
I don't know, man. I think I could knock you out.
Some motherfuckers be. I'm not talking about nigga. I'm about to fight you type deal.
I don't want to fight you either. I'm just saying, if technically, I think you could knock me out, and I could knock you out. I think I think two men can knock each other out. Probably it can happen. I'm not the type to be like, nah, never. You ain't never got a chance on me, because to me those kind of people are
but
just...
I'm putting it to you like this, man. Like if it was like I said, a slugfest to the fucking end. You know what I'm saying? If you picked up a fucking iron, you know what I'm saying? Bow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I might go to sleep.
But not with the hands.
I might go to sleep.
You're saying not with the hands.
No. I'm just saying, you know, on both ends of the spectrum.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as knockouts go, not as killing. But, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
That's just the first object I thought of. Like, if it was all bets are off and shit, I got to end this. Bah! It'd probably knock me the fuck out.
I'm not talking about fighting anyway. I'm just talking about if you stood there and I was like, okay, let's see who can knock each other out. I'll
swing, then you swing. I'll swing, then you swing.
No, like, I bet, I don't know.
Fuck no.
You do it like this. I'll let you hit me, blow, right? No. And then a week later, I'll go ahead and hit you. No. No, I'm just saying, if that were the case, I think we could both knock each other out.
But see, here's the thing. Like, I don't like that shit because the thing
I'm not saying do it.
I got you. But I'm telling you why I don't like it, because I don't like getting hit, my nigga.
No, I got you. I don't want to get hit either. That's why I said I don't want to do it. But I think if it was the case, we could both knock each other out. I don't give anybody the benefit of the doubt. I'm better.
One punch a week to keep trying?
Just, yeah. No, I mean, if we both had one punch. If you did yours this week, or if I did, we just wait a week and do the next punch. I think that...
All right, so just stand there and I'm just going to square up. Bow.
Right. If it was me and you today and you were like this, okay, just close your eyes and just let me clap.
Fuck that, dog.
It would be like, oh, shit.
I would never agree to some shit like that.
Why?
That's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever agreed to. Man.